For the last, 20 years, the internet has had a simple rhythm, right? You have a question, you go to Google, you get a list of blue links, and you click one. But that entire world, the very foundation that a trillion-dollar industry was built on, well, it's experiencing a seismic shift. The age of the simple click is ending, and a full-blown revolution is already here.
Hey, welcome to the Envious channel. This is where we share actionable insights on web design, SEO, paid ads, and AI automation. And believe me, today, all four of those worlds are colliding in a huge way. We're all about giving you practical strategies to navigate this kind of change so you can keep attracting the right kind of traffic and scale your business with confidence.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. We're calling this the Clickpocalypse, and that's not just for drama, because for anyone who relies on Google for anything, this is a critical turning point. The ground is literally shifting beneath our feet, and the old rules, they just don't apply anymore.
Let's start with a single pretty stark number. According to some fresh data from Seer Interactive, the moment one of Google's new AI overviews shows up in a search result, the click-through rate for regular organic links absolutely plummets by 55%. That's more than half of the clicks just gone, vanished. And if you're hoping this is just some temporary blip, think again. A forecast from Gartner really puts this into perspective. They're predicting that by 2026, overall search volume will drop by a quarter, and by 2028, organic traffic could get cut in half. The main takeaway here is that this isn't a fad. This is a permanent, structural change to how we find information online.
So, we know this is happening, but why? Why is it so incredibly disruptive? Let's get into our next section and really understand how AI fundamentally broke the old model of search that we all knew.
At the absolute heart of this whole revolution is a technology called AI overviews. You've probably seen them. These are those AI-generated summaries that just sit right at the top of the page. They pull in information from a bunch of different websites to give you a direct answer. So, in theory, you never even have to click a link.
And this one little change is shaking a massive industry to its very core. As the analyst Benedict Evans puts it, there's a trillion-dollar industry built around getting you to click that blue link. Now that the AI is just giving the answer directly, that entire economy is being completely reconfigured. It's a huge deal.
And you can see the damage crystal clear in the data. This chart, it shows the total collapse in click-through rates whenever an AI overview shows up. We already talked about that 55% drop for organic links, but look at paid search. It's even worse. A catastrophic 68% drop. Wow.
You know, this is really just pouring gasoline on a fire that's been burning for years. The rise of what we call zero-click searches. Even back in 2024, nearly 60% of all Google searches ended without a single click to an actual website. People get their answer right on the results page. The AI is just supercharging that exact behavior.
And if you're paying for ads, your visibility is just disappearing. When an AI overview appears, your ad gets pushed down the page about 1 out of every 4 times. Now think about that on a mobile phone. Push down often means pushed completely off the screen, making your ad totally invisible.
In this impact, it's not spread out evenly. Not at all. Some industries are getting hit so much harder than others. Take healthcare. Ads there are getting buried below the AI almost 2/3 of the time. For gaming and automotive, it's basically a coin toss whether your ad will even be seen.
Okay, that was a lot of bad news. I know, but we're not just here to report on the problem. In this next section, we're going to get into the solution. Let's talk about the new survival guide, an actual, actionable playbook for this new AI-driven world.
Which, of course, brings us to the most important question of all, staring down this massive disruption. What can we as marketers, as business owners, actually do to adapt and survive?
The entire strategy has to shift. The old way, what we can call volume SEO, was all about chasing keywords that got tons of traffic. The new way is something called Intent SEO. It means targeting these AI-proof keywords that really signal a user is ready to buy something, and focusing on the value of a conversion, not just the raw volume of clicks.
So here's a 5-step framework from Avaris Digital for this new approach. Number 1, start with keywords that show someone actually wants to buy something. 2, you've got to actively avoid topics that the AI already answers really well. 3, and this is key, you have to manually look at the search results yourself to find weak spots. 4, see which of your competitors are getting cited by the AI. And finally, the new golden rule, prioritize the value of a lead over just raw vanity traffic.
You also need to adapt your actual content. This means optimizing for a new idea called Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. You need to focus intensely on Google's EEAT framework. That's experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Basically, you have to use things like structured data and really clear language so the AI sees your content as a reliable, preferred source for its answers.
And for your paid ads, yeah, that strategy has to evolve too. You've got to prioritize those high-intent keywords, like searches for your brand name or local queries. It's a good idea to separate your mobile and desktop campaigns to get way more control. And you have to get serious about using negative keyword lists to stop wasting money on informational questions that the AI is just going to answer directly anyway.
Okay, let's pull all of this together into a clear action plan. These are the key strategic shifts you really need to be making, like right now, as we head into 2026.
First things first, your old metrics are becoming obsolete. Forget just tracking clicks, impressions, and traffic volume. Your new key performance indicators, your new KPIs, they have to measure what actually matters now. Your share of voice in AI answers, any lift you see in branded searches, assisted conversions, and at the end of the day, the revenue you get per visitor.
This right here is the core shift in thinking. The future isn't about chasing clicks anymore. It is about earning context. It's about becoming such a trusted, authoritative source that the AI chooses to cite you in its answer. That is the new #1 spot on Google.
This also means you simply cannot rely only on Google anymore. It's time to diversify for real. Start reallocating budget away from those broad, top-of-funnel search campaigns and test new channels. Things like social search, other AI platforms, Google Discover, and maybe most importantly, building direct traffic through your email list and your own community.
So as we look ahead, here are the big questions that are really going to define the next couple of years. Will those click-through rates for paid ads ever bounce back? Will AI overviews start creeping into commercial and I'm ready to buy searches? And maybe the scariest question of all, will our behavior shift so much that clicks start to decline even on searches without an AI answer?
And all of this leads to one final provocative question that every marketer, every CEO, every content creator needs to be asking themselves right now. Is your brand building content for people or for the AI that talks to them? Because heading into 2026, the only right answer has to be both.